Hey everybody, it's Oliver the Wolf Guy, and I'm out here with Kutak, who's posting a warning and spreading it around, and Iknik, who's doing the same thing but a little less intensely. Oh. And so I just want to talk a little bit about what we do. So we're a nonprofit that uses ambassador wolves to educate the public about the importance of predators, particularly wolves, in maintaining healthy landscapes. And so a lot of my life is spent on enrichment. And one of the most important enrichments that I can give, even our animals live in a large natural habitat. We have several acres and our home is inside the habitat. And I'll get to that in a second. But in spite of having a large habitat, it's really important to me that my animals actually get out to patrol territory. And so we've got about a 70 square mile slice of the area around our house where we routinely patrol the animals. And I take out one or two at a time. 3 is too many now that they're bigger. When the puppies were smaller, I could do 3. But 2 wolves is kind of a lot. I mean, between the 2 of them, that's about 240 pounds of wolf. And so we're just out, and they're marking their territory right now. And as I said, dogs post messages, wolves post warnings. They take scent marking very seriously. But a big part of so he's actually poop marking here. You see, he's putting his poop up on a high spot so that everybody knows that he's been here. It's a more persistent, and he really does that a lot. Kiwi doesn't really do that. She'll pee on everything, but he's making sure that everybody knows that he's the monster wolf in this territory here. So this is a big part of our enrichment is daily excursions. And typically we go out and I let them make decisions for the first half to 2/3 of the hike. And then when I get fatigued or something is requiring my attention, then I start directing us home. But like right now, she's got in her head where she wants to go. And I'm just following along. So I'm just crossing a little road here, and I think we're going to head to another one of the patches of woods they like. We live on national forest here, but sometimes they want to go through a neighborhood because there's more interesting places to scent mark. Especially this time of year when almost nobody goes in the woods. Come on, Nick. So, I want to answer a few questions I've had asked recently. So, are these pets? Well, they're my personal animals that are licensed to the nonprofit. But, I mean, if you want to call these guys pets, you've got terrible pets. They're really a lifestyle and require very significant resources and dedicated animal husbandry to do a good job. I get calls about once a week from people that got some kind of a wolf dog and they discovered that they're terrible pets and then they want me to solve their problem. So over my lifetime, I've literally networked, rescued, and helped place thousands of these animals. But they're really unsuitable for being pets. There's so much responsibility that's associated with them. We're talking about liability, stewardship, understanding behavior, being tolerant of behavior. I mean, the intensity of their behavior is just off the charts. Like, this is just a scrape and a scent post here, and she just wants to make sure that everyone passing by knows she was here. So, yeah, I mean, they're my personal animals. I live with them. Whoop. But they're not pets. I like to say that dogs have owners and wolves have staff. And there's no doubt in my mind I'm the staff. It's also very expensive to do this well. Just food costs and nutrition costs alone is about $12 an animal a day. Every animal has insurance. We have to maintain liability insurance and permitting. And then we've got well over $100,000 invested in fencing to make sure that our property is both attractive and secure. Because one of my sayings is, when your husky gets loose, the neighbor calls. When your wolves get loose, the newspaper calls. We don't want to be in the newspaper for negative reasons. We got more snow last night than I expected. I'm shin deep, knee deep, sort of variable. I should have woken up early and skied, but I was feeling tired. So, yeah, they're terrible pets. They're really not pets. And so, in addition to the education work that we do, one of my reasons for this, so I studied wildlife biology in school, and I've been fascinated with wolves since I was a little kid. And I really wanted to know them in a way that I don't think very many people have. And so I have animals that have a natural wild environment, but they've been socialized to me their whole life. So that I believe, and based upon the years of experience I have studying wild wolves, as well as working with others that have similar experience and expertise to mine, I really see a lot of interesting behavior. And one of my curiosities was, how did wolves and humans co-evolve to result in dogs? And I'm really curious about the process. And so we're very well integrated into a family group. I mean, these animals sleep with me, they travel with me. We do a lot of backcountry excursions, multi-day excursions sometimes. So I get to be with these animals in a lot of different circumstances. In fact, what's really interesting to me, and shows you sort of the depth of the connection we share, is that in the wild, the mated pair of wolves, which would be your alphas, right, the breeding pair, they tend to reinforce each other's scent marks. They actually will pee over. Where are you going? Let's go this way. And they definitely respond to me. They really listen to me. I mean, they're not under my command, but they take suggestion well. So when in the wild, the breeding pair will scent mark on top of each other. It's called a reinforcing scent mark. So like if she pees and the male would pee over it. And what's interesting is when I pee, she reinforces my scent mark. She doesn't scrape it out. She's reinforcing it. Come on, Kiwi. So we're that bonded that she sees me as her co-leader of our family group. And in fact, if you follow me, you'll know. Not that long ago, my wife came in and she goes, "I think you're peeing all over the bathroom at night when you get up to take a leak, because it always smells like pee in there." And I was like, "Hon, come on. I have a toilet night light. I'm really careful. I would clean it up if I made a mess. It's not me. I'm not doing it." And she goes, "Nice try. I know it's you." And I said, I kind of think, where are you guys going? They're dragging me off piste. I said, I kind of think that maybe a Kutak, our bitchy pants ghost pepper ice cream girl, is getting up and scent marking on the toilet at night, because that's where I pee and she's reinforcing it. My wife shakes her head. She laughs. She's like, "Nice try, but I know it's you." And literally just as she says that, Cooey here walks into the bathroom, lifts her leg, and pees all over the toilet. So that's how intense our bond and our connection is. And so I believe that I live in a way that sort of duplicates, in some respect, the way that that early humans interacted with canids in a proactive way. I mean, I believe that if we hunted collaboratively, that I would be able to eat off the carcass just like them. Why is she going? She's dragging me through the deep snow here. See, this is the thing. She always has to lead. Hold on. Come around me. Cooey, where are you dragging me? Oh my gosh. So I believe that sort of the interactions that I have, albeit modified by modernity, are in some respects similar to the early humans that interacted with wolves that became the predecessor of modern dogs. And so I'm very curious about how closely that bond can work with multiple animals, and how that worked, how that happened, how it works. And so it's sort of this 37-year experiment that I've been conducting of my own, just to understand it. For people curious about that, by the way, there's an amazing book by Dr. Pat Shipman called The Invaders. And her contention is that it was the association with wolves, or the offspring of somewhat habituated wolves, that actually created the advantageous situation that allowed Homo sapiens to outcompete Neanderthals, and which led to our dominance as the only human-like species on the planet. So anyway, that's a bit about what we do and how we do it, and a bit about my thinking about working with these animals, in addition to the education work that we do. But I hope people like the work that we do. We do put a lot of sort of humorous, fun stuff, because our lifestyle is very peculiar and very tolerant, obviously. And I want people to just get a true glimpse of what it's like to really live with these guys, but also at the same time helping people understand that they are not appropriate as pets, and that it requires, again, resources, understanding, patience. My wife is an essential aspect of our equation. It's very difficult to do this stuff. I have a very close friend who does something similar, but she's by herself, and I don't even know how she does it. Her ability to manage in tough circumstances is really astounding, because it's a two-person operation for us to do such a good job. But I hope people like what we do, and if you have questions or comments, I'm really keen to hear them. I'm investing more and more of my time in YouTube these days, just because I think it's an interesting platform to reach more people, and also gives me the opportunity to really showcase how beautiful and intelligent and interesting these animals are, as well as, you know, how we've worked with them over the years. And yeah, so stay tuned for more great content. In the next day or so, I'm going to post some really icy. Hey, Kiwi, take it easy on me. It's icy. You know, I wear very stiff boots, but when it gets icy, either I have to put on my shoe chains, which I carry, or I get to go down. Hey, Kiwi, you're pulling too much in slippery conditions. I don't like it. She's pulling too much. All right, let's go this way. I'd rather be in waist deep snow than ankle deep ice. Come on. Come on, you. Nothing like post-holing through knee-deep snow and manzanitas to keep you on your toes while trying to do a video. Anyway, I'm about to post, the other day we had a really interesting family dynamic where Nick was being a little too rough on the puppies, and you really get to see who's in charge, and it's her. Even though she's 13, almost, she'll be 13 in like 2 weeks, she still rules with an iron paw, and everybody respects it, including Monster Wolf. So anyway, stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoy the content, and again, if you have questions or comments, and I'm not one of those guys that easy. I'm not one of those guys that shills for subscribers or likes or whatever. I think it's really annoying that everybody asks for that. But obviously, if you want to know more about what we do and see the content we post more regularly, feel free to subscribe and set yourself up for notifications if you want. And hope to see you on the channel. So thanks for tuning in.